Welcome back to another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. Y'all already know it's your boy Leak here with the usual guys, Shad,
How's it going?
Dorian,
What's good?
Dre.
Yo.
Alrighty, fellas, we spending a lot of things going on. Really, kind of just within the last few days that we're about to discuss, but it's been a lot going on. We got through the whole month of March, and as we all know, come March comes March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
I think it's safe to say it was some madness this March. Michigan just won last night. The national championship game was last night. Shout out to the Wolverines.
Yes, sir.
I mean, me personally, I would say it was kind of convincing fashion. I'm not gonna say the game wasn't, got to a good points at certain points, but
You can afford a little bit.
They definitely-
Fought a
yeah,
little
they
bit, but you could
definitely-
tell Michigan was the better
Michigan
team.
was, and I was just about to say, honestly, Michigan probably going through the year was for sure the better team. Outside of Michigan's dominance, what other storylines or what else was going on March Madness you got that had you guys locked in?
Duke selling.
Yeah,
I knew that.
mean,
I feel like we had
that
to
was
go.
gonna be
I didn't wanna-
that was gonna be a part of what I was about to say.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
Yeah, no, because I was about to say, we had mentioned UConn and how they kind of looked like they was like outmatched in the game, even though they fought back, kept getting up off the mat, fighting, closing it, then they getting the lead, and then closing it, and them getting the lead again. UConn beating Duke was one of the craziest games I've seen in a little while because Duke was also kind of running away with that game, at least up until halftime, and then UConn kind of just had this like spark, and Duke couldn't really handle it, and especially when they got to the pressure moments, like UConn just seemed like the more prepared team, and like that goes back to coaching, you know what I mean? Like maybe if Duke still had Coach K, they might have got out of that situation, but UConn's coaching is just obviously what got them all the way through there, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these big programs, they have all these NIL guys and all that, but a lot of the UConn, like they keep their guys, right? They develop their guys in their system, and so that's kind of what like made them stand out, even though they weren't the most talented team in a lot of matchups they had. They were able to still stay frisky no matter what and stay in almost every game. And that's what let them beat Duke. And, you know what I'm saying, Duke sold. A lot of people had Duke winning. You got the Boozer brothers going to the NBA next year. They thought that, them two, that tandem was going to be able to pull it together, but they wasn't. So.
I'm not gonna lie though, like with that whole like tandem, like between them, one of the brothers definitely did so. Like against UConn, it made me so mad, bro. Because I was pulling for Duke because I was like, I fucked with Carlos Boucher. So to see his sons in like
That's a crazy statement. I don't think I've ever heard anyone.
I fuck with Carlos Boozer.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
only reason because
I
like
had to
bro,
just throw that
a lot of
out.
people
I've never
don't
heard
bangs
that.
with him and like they don't really put him like where he should be at like not like in rankings or anything, but
No.
like him,
He's
him
known
being
for
a
the hair thing, bro.
He's like
right, him being
the
a good
180th
player.
best player in the
but like
Disrespect.
but like when as far as like that, I was like that I like to see like NBA players' sons like doing well. And like when it came to that game against UConn, bro, Cam Bouger was hooping. And like number 5 for UConn, I forgot his name. Like he
I know
was
you're
supposed to be the one that shut him down completely. In like the first 2 minutes, he got like 2 blocks off on him. Like after that, it was like Cam just took over. Cam just like took over the took over the game, and like he was basically the reason they was even supposed to win that game. And then like when it came down to like the last 8 seconds of that UConn Duke game, it's like why didn't they just hold the ball?
Yeah.
Like they were gonna foul y'all anyway. Y'all were up 1 point.
But that's the
It
thing.
was
that
2
when-
points. It
when
was
the
2
pressure,
points.
when they put the full court press, and he got right over half, and then they all pressured him, he kind of threw it and
He
got
didn't even get
tipped.
past half.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
still behind half.
He was right there by it though.
That game was
Yeah.
so crazy, bro. Like at halftime, I was just about ready to cut it off because like
They were
Duke
up,
was
like,
up so high,
15.
like
Yeah,
bro. But I admittedly, like I was telling y'all before, like I didn't watch a lot of March Madness this year. I watched the championship game. I caught some of the UConn game with Duke. But yeah, because I've been watching the Sixers. I'm gonna apologize for that. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was still like good hoops. You know what I mean? Like I thought the championship game was cool. The final score looked like it was pretty close.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out Michigan. Shout out. I saw like an interview. I think at halftime with Yaxel, and he was like, he feels like he wasn't getting to his spots because he was like he had an MCL injury, ACL, something like that. But they ended up winning anyway, so I thought it was a pretty cool game.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things to take away from the tournament is like a lot of players are like the I think the average age, don't quote me on this because I don't have the data on that, but from what I've seen in the teams that I've watched, the average age of the players are like older now because of NIL. You know what I mean? The one and done thing isn't as big as it was, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So like players are staying, and not necessarily staying at their school, but they're staying in school. And so now you're getting more developed players, you're getting better basketball players, you're getting better games. And so that's why I thought this March Madness tournament was a little bit better than like how it is, especially earlier on. Because earlier on you just get, for the first 2 rounds, everybody just gets smoked. And then when we get to like the Sweet 16, that's when all right, we start getting competitive games. But I feel like it was competitive from the jump because the NIL players, most players are now sophomores and juniors, which still isn't like juniors and seniors, but they're sophomores and juniors. When back in the day, all the best teams were just full of freshmen.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Didn't Duke almost get upset in like the first round to what, like Siena or?
Yeah, they played them tough. Yeah.
And I do want to like piggyback off of what you said, like with like the NIL thing with like the players. Like you do start to see like because these players are staying longer, they get the reps they need to even push them to the next level. Like with like and you'll see like some of these lower schools like St. John's went pretty deep this year, and they almost beat Michigan. What in the Sweet 16?
Mm-hmm.
They almost beat Michigan in the Sweet 16. That was a good game. I was watching that when I was in Williamsburg, and I'm like I was actually pulling for St. John because I'm like I want to see some underdogs in like the Final Four or something. And like, but St. John's team was nice. They just and see playing against Michigan is hard to beat.
That's what's going to make I think the college basketball scene better. Is the fact that we used to always root for like the little guy, right? We want to see the upsets, like that year that Butler was able to get all the way, to the championship with Brad Stevens, right? What's the name from the Celtics that's now in the front of?
He
used to be the coach.
Stevens,
So like, I don't think we're gonna see as much as that anymore because of NIL, because all the good players on these on these smaller schools are getting picked off them schools to other schools. But now you're gonna start to see like UConn, right? Which UConn is a historic program, but they were never like, in my opinion, like a team that was expected to be dominant in the program. I mean, in the March Madness tournament. But what makes them competitive is the fact that they have older basketball players. You know what I mean? So those are going to be the new like Cinderella stories, right? These schools that are like full of juniors and seniors who aren't big programs, but they've been playing together for 4 years, so they got all the chemistry. That's where I see the Cinderella stories going.
Did y'all catch any of the women's side?
I did
a little bit. Yeah, I was definitely seeing some of that. I mean, if I'm being honest, the biggest thing I seen away from that, we got to talk
Dawn
about
Staley
Dawn
and
Jean.
Dawn,
Dawn and
man.
Gino. Oh my
That's crazy. Like even like DeAndre was telling me, explaining to me the other day what was going on, and I still just like, what the hell? Like,
he was mad because he had to wait like before the game. Apparently, coaches supposed to meet together, right? And I don't know. We don't really care about the pregame because all we see is the introduction of the players, and then we ready to watch the game. But apparently, they supposed to meet up, and he had to wait like 3 or 4 minutes, and he felt like it was unprofessional that she kind of came out when she wanted to come out. But I was like, yo, like. You just sound butthurt because you got smoked in your UConn.
They was getting touched.
It was like you see the interaction they had, then you look at the bottom of the screen of the score, and it makes you go like, "Oh, I see why he was tripping."
He was
like,
assaulted. Yeah,
because UConn usually just runs through everything until Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
Dawn Staley was the first one to be like, "Yeah, UConn not ready to do that. Not while I'm here." So
she's so tough.
Yeah,
for sure.
Even though
she's so tough.
They lost, but
me and DeAndre definitely both think that if they would start to get into it, our money was on Dawn.
I was taking Dawn.
For sure. For sure.
My money's
against
on
a lot of people. I'm taking Dawn.
then she got to the post game conference, and she was like, "I don't know, you gotta ask him." Like she was just ducking every question. Like he mad, I ain't mad.
I'm cool.
We won by 30 plus.
Game, right?
Yeah,
Crazy.
W.
But I do feel like they was a little gassed and emotionally drained from doing that to UConn, and then they ran into UCLA, who was just even keel, and I don't know, they just didn't play well against UConn.
I'll be honest.
UCLA.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not know UCLA was that nice.
Yeah,
like I haven't been watching that side of basketball for the women's. Like I'm usually just watching like South Carolina, but bro, they got some hoopers, and like I ain't gonna lie, they got a good squad over there. Like I don't know if any of them are going to the WNBA this year. I think that point guard is.
Yeah.
But they had a really good team when I went back and actually looked at it, so I can understand why South Carolina lost like that. Like especially being tired from like playing so well against a good team like UConn, I can understand why that happened. Like they really had to go up against another tough challenge and then overcome that in the biggest stage. That's still hard to do.
Shoot, USC next year they gonna be loaded.
Yeah, because Juju come back.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been wanting to see her hoop for so long, bro, because she was one of my favorite.
2 years?
A year and a half.
Yeah,
I want to ask something because I feel like we didn't touch on it. What do y'all think like led to Michigan beating UConn? Was it just they were the better team, or was it like defense? Was it like?
Oh my God,
their
their defense was amazing.
So from what I seen, Michigan was just physical, and they got anything they wanted in the paint. Like it was just crazy, and defense, like you said, which plays off of each other.
One of my
You're physical, you can play good on defense.
One of my only things about that Michigan team that really showed me that their defense really caused a lot of their points, they didn't make their first 3-pointer until the middle of the second half. Like
That's crazy.
they made their first 3-pointer to push the game into double digits in the middle of the second half. So it's like everything that they was getting, down bottom, mid ranges, they was getting fast break points. Like they really, like UConn really struggled against that defense, and it showed because towards the end of the game, but they just got tired. They got gassed. Like they was physical and everything, like screens, like getting to steals and everything. Like they was just mad physical playing defense.
That's why the college game's so different than NBA. And when you have young guys, that's why, in my opinion, I think NAL is good for basketball because it's keeping guys in development for longer. Because we used to send these 19-year-old kids into the NBA and expect them to be these superstars. But you got to think, these college basketball games be like 65 to 62, bro. Like no one's consistently scoring 28 a game. Like maybe there's a player or two a year that might do that, but most of the good players on these basketball teams in college be averaging like 16 points, bro. Like
that's so crazy to think about. Like you think NBA, like, and you think 18, that's like a third option on the team. You know what I mean? Like,
but in the college game, I mean, 18 is amazing because the scores be like 65 to 62.
Yeah.
So
and plus with like from like college basketball to NBA, the amount of time they're on the court. They only play 40 minutes in college. That time frame is like not double in the NBA, but it's a lot more time of on-court time that a college kid has to get used to only playing 1 year of college. And they only play 2 halves. You got to play 4 quarters in the NBA.
Yeah.
And that also, in my opinion, like just to connect sports, right? That's why a lot of good players in college football translate immediately because they've been in college for 3 years. It's the same game. It's just more physical, more development. But, you know what I'm saying, talent's going to outshine physicality. So you can translate, and maybe you look at a receiver or something like that, and you say, oh, he got to bulk up. But, like, he's still eating, right? Statistically, he's still eating. He just got to take hits better. You know what I mean? That's a little different. That's just about growing up. But when you're a basketball player, which is a skill-based game, like, you go from playing against other 19-year-olds who aren't as good as you, who were the best in their high school, but probably never going to play in an NBA, to these dudes who were literally like the best players in college. Like it's everybody like that. So it's easier to translate on the football side. But now that guys are staying longer, we might see better rookies, right? You know.
To like piggyback off of what you're saying, like far as like football and basketball, for me it's like when like a younger kid steps on the football field against these men, he's gonna get the advantage because he's more physical, he's faster, he's able to process things quicker than an older guy. Even if he's a seasoned vet, like you still gotta like take in consideration this kid's younger. He's gonna be faster than me. He's gonna be more physical. He's gonna be bigger than me. Like then with basketball, older people are a lot better at basketball because they take the physicality out. They put more skill into it. They put more mental, like the mental aspect of basketball into it, like instead of just being more physical and fast. So like as far as like basketball, it's harder to be better against older people than it is football. Like just to like basically piggyback on what he's saying, it's easier to be better younger in football than it is basketball.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean.
So I know we kind of like got specifics on like with Caden and Cam Boozer. Was before we get off of the college basketball, was there any people like that this tournament kind of made you kind of get a little more attention to? For me personally, I would say the kid from BYU,
AJ, yeah,
him and
I've been looking at him.
Guard that Calipari's got over there in Arkansas.
Yeah.
I think I really, and also another. Granted, the media kind of made me think like he's got some issues going on. I don't know, but also the guard over at Kansas, Peterson, I think.
But his PR is terrible.
I mean. Yeah, you're right. But as far as the game on the court, I feel like those guys probably definitely stepped up their draft stocks a little bit for the season going on. Anybody for y'all that y'all kind of was looking at?
I mean, like I said, I only really watched yesterday's game, but it was just for me. I mean, I was gonna say Yaxel Luxembourg. I thought he was a cool little story. Like I said, the story at halftime with him being hurt and like I thought he was cool.
Well, it wasn't no individual player that stood out for me, but I will say that I do think guards translate better than big men when it comes to the NBA because a lot of guards are kind of asked to do the same thing. They're not really. We don't really look for traditional point guards anymore. Like I think like that's why they don't differentiate them between point guard and shooting guard as much anymore. Like we just want bucket getters. Whereas like big men have to know how to operate without the basketball. And I
Pick
feel
and
like in
roll.
college, if you're a good big man, they're feeding you in the post. But then when you get to the NBA and you got, I don't know, Wemby or somebody on you, you just not ready to do that. You know what I mean? So you have to find other ways to get your game, which is why they say big men need to learn how to shoot. Because you're not just about to post up all game and get 20, 25 points. So I would just say that I think a lot of the guards that we just mentioned and even the wings that we just mentioned are going to translate a little better than some of the big men that might come out.
I think a great example of that is like Taco Fall, bro. Like I thought he was like a dog in college, and he got to the league, and it just didn't.
But you're not scoring 25 points per game.
Or
all in the
even
post.
like
you're just not
Zach
not
Edey,
NBA.
bro. Like Zach Edey was nice at Purdue, and then like
One thing I feel like, and it's crazy you brought up Zach because I did like Zach coming out, and I feel like now with like going into his 3rd or 4th year, he's getting a lot better with learning and understanding everything they're doing. Just explain where you can't just run down in the paint, go like this, and just wait for the ball and getting 25 a game and 25 a night off of that. He's learning that he's got to, his game's got to be a little more versatile. So definitely.
well, yeah. Look at what's his name, Donovan McClingan in Portland. He can shoot the 3. You know what I mean? Like he's not just in the paint. Like
Exactly.
But there isn't a big man that's good right now that can't shoot at least a consistent mid-range shot.
a good point. Yeah.
So that whole post up all game is just ain't gonna work like it did in college. College you could just bully people, but you're not bullying NBA players.
I feel like they like a lot of big men that go to the NBA, like doing that, their footwork don't translate. Like they gotta get better at moving their feet, doing different moves in the post instead of just using their size and body. And I think that's why they don't translate well to the league. Like, yeah, they're gonna have to learn how to shoot. Yeah, they're gonna have to learn how to do a post fade, post hook, or something like that. They don't like they'll probably teach it in college, but in game situation, you don't need it. You don't need it. In the NBA you will, but not in college.
So yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, March Madness. Shout out to Michigan and them guys over there. Shout out to Wolverines. Go Blue.
Big Ten is on top.
But there's also been a lot of other madness going on in the MLB this season because we have now implemented the ABS system, which is the automatic balls and strike system. I don't know. I will say, it's been a lot of controversy. Like some people like it, some people don't. It is what it is. Me personally, I don't think it's bad. Maybe I'm being a little biased because the Orioles were on the good side of history for once, and we were the first team to win a game off of the ABS call system. So shouts out to that. But then you got the other teams like I want to say the New York Yankees who are like damn near perfect in their challenges. They're like I watched the game a couple days ago and they were like 12 for 15. So it's like you got things like that.
Before we get too deep in it, I want to make sure I really understand it. It's basically like you can challenge like a ball or a strike call.
Yeah,
right?
so
you only can do 2.
They have
right?
a system that can basically replay the pitch and show the placement of that pitch to verify if it was a ball or a strike.
And then if you win the challenge, you can challenge more, and it's just like about choosing when to do it, right? Like
you get 2.
So
you get 2 a game.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you lose it, you lose 1.
But more than one person can challenge it. So I've seen the batter challenge it, and I've seen the pitcher challenge it.
So it's only players. You can only players can challenge it. Batters, hitter, and the catcher.
Do you think the pitcher should be able to?
Actually, no, the pitcher can.
The pitcher can challenge.
I said the time.
But do you think he should be? Because I was reading that like people thought that the pitcher shouldn't be able to. It should just.
Well,
be
my thing about the ABS that's a little bit hit or miss, right? Is I do understand getting the right calls, right? But when it comes to having a hitter box, right? Like. And I get like, they still try to make it, proportionate to the person that's hitting. But if you're going to call something that nicks the bottom left of the plate and the top right of the plate both strikes, that's a lot of plate to cover for a hitter. And like it's almost like if you do run into somebody who's very good at their placement, it's almost impossible to hit every strike. And I think that all strikes should be hittable. You know what I mean? So for example, if the placement of it is just on the corner, right, where like only the top of the ball in the ABS system hits the corner of that, like that's considered a strike. But in my head, in my opinion, that's not a hittable ball, right? So that's the confusion I have with the ABS. It's like, yes, it's a strike because technically it hit the hitter box, but you cannot technically cover the entire hitter box, which is why it's better that a human can look at it and say, yeah, that might have been a strike, but it's not hittable. You know what I mean? And that's confusing to a lot of people because they're like, how is a strike not hittable? But you have to understand how the box works. You cannot cover that entire box with one swing. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I understand where he's coming from.
I get that.
I actually do. Okay, I get where he's coming from, and I agree. But I somewhat think that it kind of makes a pitcher's ability, if he's able to pinpoint that great, that's just amazing to me. I
Yeah.
feel like that just adds to the.
But if it's a sliver, in the box, that's considered a strike by the ABS system.
I mean, yeah.
One other thing about the ABS system.
Don't go down looking. That's all I'm saying. We gotta swing. We gotta swing, man. Look, you gotta swing. We gotta try.
One other thing about the ABS system that I feel like kind of takes away from the sport is the catcher's ability to frame it. Like you're kind of taking away like a skill that a catcher had that learned to like say it's something a little low, he catch it, bring it up, or it's a little left, he bring it. Like he's framing these pitches, and we've seen in like other baseball games and big games, pitcher framing the hell out of a ball. And it ended up being a strike, and we know damn well that shit wasn't a strike. And then like that's a skill that they learn being a pitcher. Like that's what some catchers like make their job out of. Like they're great catchers just because of that. Like, and I feel like that kind of takes away from it because if somebody like they frame a good ball and they're like, oh yeah, no, let me challenge that. It just takes away from what the catcher did, like showing that like, oh yeah, this is a strike.
You're not wrong, but like I feel like to counter that, that's what Basayo did to win the game. It was called a ball, but where he caught it and he knew that's why he challenged it. Basayo was the one who challenged that ball, the pitch that won us the game that ended up being a strike for strike.
I get that.
Final out. So I mean, like, and I mean, y'all not wrong, but it's like also you got the other side of it too. It's not like it's just a one-sided.
Yeah, no, it's not one-sided at all.
It's not like one-sided. So
both sides win off of it.
But
both sides lose.
Then they also raise the question of like, if we have the technology to get it right every time, why not just use that? Why do we need umpires?
It's a great question because honestly, I mean,
because the challenges are really quick. They're not like NFL challenges where
they're like
2 seconds.
Sometimes I've seen them call and they're like, and I'm waiting for them to make the call, and it's like they already went to the next batter, and I'm like, wait.
So that's what I'm saying. So then there's also that question that's raised. It's like if we can get it right every time, why not get it right every time? Why not just go to the ABS system?
Is it like a money thing? Like
I mean, no, you gotta, and where I would say coming from it, you gotta still keep some tradition to the game. So. You can't fully get rid of the umpire.
I mean, the pitch clock isn't traditional, but it made the game way more bearable to watch.
Because it's not slow.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, if you can make it better, right? Regardless of tradition.
Isn't it like the same thing with the chain game in NFL?
Real quick. You can't, and I mean, I get where you're coming from, but, like, now you're just asking, like, for what you want, you can only get rid of the one behind the plate because you still need
just behind the plate. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So, like, you still have umpires, so it's like.
Just behind the plate.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but they would still be there.
You know the one black dude, I forget his name. I don't know the umpire's name, but he had a terrible week, bro. He had like 3 straight games where he was missing like
CB Buckner,
like 4 or 5 pitches in a row, bro. It was so bad. I'm like, you're gonna get this man fired.
I think the same batter like challenged 3 pitches that it was called.
Bro, is there like any consequence if the umpire is like?
No.
It's just like refs, like it's
public shaming.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
social
that's
media,
pretty much it.
Social media.
Shit.
So I was like, this man is a terrible official, bro. Like,
but it's crazy. They've been saying he was terrible, like even way before.
And now you got the proof.
There's proof that he's terrible. Like,
why does he still have a job?
I don't know, man. That's what like when I seen that, and I'm like, it's gonna go bad for some of these umps that aren't good. And it's like. When they do see it, like bro, like that, like the one game like where he challenged like 3 back-to-back pitches and he was wrong every time, bro. If you just seen his face when he lost all of those challenges, bro, he was so sick of it. Like he was.
And then like 2 days later, he got smacked in the face by a baseball. I was just like, yo, this man's having a terrible week, bro.
Baseball
That's
guys,
crazy.
man, they just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from the ABS though, and I mean, I don't know how much everybody's been keeping up with baseball, just been going on. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The season, we're only like maybe 10, 12 games in. I'm loving the season so far.
Same.
Like the season has been a great
overall, yeah.
O's fans, listen to me. Please put the listen. Y'all gotta calm down,
bruh.
Please calm down. And to the gentleman to my left on the couch and in the chair, we're okay, all right? We got to understand, this is a new regime of sports in Baltimore. All across the board. We've got a new culture and coaching staff on both teams, Baltimore Ravens and the Baltimore Orioles. We will be okay.
Oh, wow, yeah.
All right? Even if this first season is not, we got to get the wrinkles out. Guess what? And this ain't even about football. Lamar was at OTAs today, day 1.
Yesterday.
whatever.
It's crazy because you see,
Be happy
Dan
about
see what
that.
Dan Orlovsky,
Yeah.
man.
They had to delete
he
the
was
tweet,
tripping,
bro.
man, what? Hate them words
They had to
real
delete the
quick.
tweet, bro.
5 minutes later, he was
had
there.
to. They had to.
But my thing with the Orioles is, I understand it is early and it's a long season. I mean, it's 100+ games.
Yeah.
It's a long season. Like I'm not worried. But the only thing that strikes me the wrong way is that we have the same problems. Like I at least want
That's
new
literally
problems,
my issue.
right?
I mean, it's the same niggas.
Honestly, but
The players are the same, but I'm
that's
saying
my problem.
the-
is
it takes time for that to work out.
Bro, coaching in baseball is different than any other sport, bro. It's not. You don't really. These managers don't affect the game like other sports coaches do. So, in my opinion, it's really because our players just either aren't that good or aren't playing good. For example, Adley Rutschman, he's been terrible. He's supposed to be one of our best players. Gunnar went off
Defensively,
today.
yes.
Yeah, Gunnar went off today. He had a home run that gave us the 2 RBIs that got us the dub. But
That makes no
that's against the White Sox. Yeah, but
professional team is professional team. I don't want to hear that. No, we ain't doing that.
But hey, they ain't say that when we won 10 in a row, and they say we had an easy schedule, right? Okay, all right, cool.
I never was on the side of
Just
it.
saying.
Yeah,
But no. I'm just saying the problem is, in my opinion, is we have the same problems, and our bats have regressed. Like, we used to be a team that couldn't pitch, so we had to always score 11 runs a game to win. But now we're not even popping off at the bats for real. And we were clutch today, but our clutch hitting average isn't that great either. So I'm just trying to find something that's good. That's what I'm trying to find. We're an average team right now. I'm not gonna say we suck, but I'm just trying to find the thing I can hang on that. Like, all right, the Orioles are good at that, and I don't have that answer.
You know what's
I'm
good?
just,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just address, like, I'm gonna just keep this real short because, I haven't been watching, but I know what's going on. And it's this, just piggyback off of what he's saying, bro. It's literally the same thing, and it's been like that for years. And we haven't addressed it. Just because we got new coaches doesn't mean it's gonna fucking change, bro. We can't fucking pitch. That, bro, you can't coach.
I mean,
pitching.
Bautista's hurt. Bautista's hurt.
Did new coaches and a new regime change help for y'all?
I mean, it did, but
y'all
it's
were just in the Super Bowl.
Bro,
Right?
it's a
I
different
this is
sport,
baseball.
though. It's a different
This is
sport, though.
baseball, my nigga.
It's a different
bro,
sport.
y'all making it seem
we are not getting good pitchers, even though I know a lot of our people are hurt. A lot of our people are hurt. Like, a lot of our good players are hurt. But, bro, I'm tired of us not
The only
throwing
pitcher we're
people
missing is
out, bro.
Bautista.
That's what I'm saying. And, bro, we're not getting better at pitching. Bro, at some point we gotta look at it like, why are we not getting some different type of pitchers that we have? We haven't been able to pitch for like 4 years, even with the 100.
Yamamoto, nigga.
Even when we had 100 games, we won 100 games 2 years ago. We still couldn't pitch then because we got
won
in the
those
playoffs.
games because we just got hot
Yeah,
bats.
exactly, bro. We gotta start being real with the Orioles. We gotta get some better pitchers, bro. Like, we always have good hitters, bro. We're gonna lose Gunnar because we can't fucking pitch. Like, let's be real. We can't sign him because nobody wants to pay him, and now we can't pitch. He wants to win. I wouldn't even be mad if he leaves because he wants to go to a team that's gonna give him like winning stats and like be able to
If
go.
he leave, we ain't trading him.
That's
He
what I'm
gonna have to
saying.
walk.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Like,
ain't
bro,
trading
we
Gunnar.
gotta be real. We have to stop looking at these games and saying like, oh yeah, we'll still be okay, bro. It's the same issues. It's the same issues. I get
mean,
what
I
you're
feel
saying.
you. I'm on
It's
the
the
same
beginning.
road.
It's the beginning of the season. Stuff can change, and I hope it does. But bro, we still can't fucking pitch.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it never will make sense. If that doesn't change, we're not going to be good, like, at all.
Oof.
What you got?
It's a new regime. So I'm gonna be optimistic until game 161. All right, and that's the game
Like I
before
said,
the
I
season's
get that
over.
to you. Like, I understand. Like, bro,
Like I said, y'all not wrong. I understand where y'all coming from. You just got PTSD.
Very
just
much
being
so.
very
I've been an
optimistic.
Orioles fan my
Like,
whole life.
I get it, and listen,
we've
I
never-
understand. That's how I was over the last year, 2 years. I don't know why, yo. It's just like because we got and I don't know. I'm probably I'll probably be one of those delusional Baltimore sports fans. That's cool. That's fine. But because we got a new regime all across the board, I'm okay. The things that y'all are saying, you're absolutely right. The pitching's bad. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not happy with the pitchers that we got right now. But again, like I just said, that ain't gonna happen overnight or even in one season. It's gonna take some time. So all the things that you upset about, that you just went off about, that shit is. You gotta at least give it about like a season and a half. So you give it this full year.
I've given it my whole life.
I understand. I get it. But right now, be optimistic, man. Just be happy. I'm
feel that.
optimistic.
I better
I'm
see a
looking
trade
forward
for
I mean, I'm
somebody
still
that can throw that
optimistic.
ball.
No,
but
I'm actually gonna listen. I'm upset because I didn't go to no games last year. I was one of those people because we was losing. I just didn't want to be part of it. I ain't gonna do that this year. I'm going. I'll be there Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be there on the 14th.
You know what I mean? We're gonna actually support the guys. But I will end it with, like I said, you're not wrong. Like, you are obviously, like, the pitching is not good. I want to say who was it? I was not happy when we had to pull Zach Eflin. He's supposed to be like, he's damn near our number 2, if not our second or 3. What really kind of shocked me was the fact of finding out Trevor Rogers is our ace. That kind of blew my mind, because when you look at aces across the league, you got Yamamoto, you got fucking Paul Skeens.
Skeens had a terrible intro to the season.
All right,
He
I'm
had to
glad
pull
you
his
brought that
ass,
up.
bro.
No, I'm glad
I'm not gonna
brought that
lie.
up.
That
Not his
wasn't
fault.
completely him.
O'Neal Cruz.
Oh my God.
Shout out to your boy Embiid. Like Joel
Get
tweeted.
Skeens out
Joel
Get Skeens
said
out of Pittsburgh.
Cruz, it's time for you to learn DH, because, bro, you should not. First of all, it's fucked up. O'Neal Cruz is a shortstop, but they had him in center field.
Why was he out there?
Granted, he's been playing center field for like the last year and a half.
Drop all the way over there,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
and I'm like,
Bro, it's harder than it looks, bro.
Get Skeens
of course,
out
it's
there.
way harder.
It's harder than it looks.
bro, you know how hard it is to go to the MLB.
Hey,
And
look,
play
all
in
I'm
the
saying
big
is, bro,
show.
people make mistakes, bro.
Minor league.
We human. Humans make mistakes, bro.
Nah, fuck.
Bro, he made
I
like
mean,
3
all right, I'm gonna be
that
real.
game.
I'm not on your side of it, but I don't fully agree with you either. Because, like, I'm sorry, nigga. Like,
He's out of position.
he's out of position.
He's out of position.
He's out of
fly
position, and
out.
he's also not one of the top guys. We're not talking about a Mookie Betts and a Acuna, a Trey Turner.
Bro,
this is O'Neal Cruz. Come on.
It's a normal fly ball.
He didn't have no shades on. He's a
Routine.
dumbass for that. You're in the outfield with no
fly ball.
shades
It's a
on.
routine fly
He's in the
ball.
outfield with no shades on. He was relying on his hat to block the sun. He couldn't see shit.
That's like saying it's okay for a receiver to drop a pass. We understand.
No,
He just dropped 3 of them because of the sunlight and fucking.
But I'm
There's
saying
no curtains
you're
in
a pro
Jerry World.
receiver, catch the ball, bro.
But how many pop-ups does a shortstop get compared to an outfielder? It's like a
Not as many, no.
exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like
not as many. Only infield pop ups, and usually the catcher or the pitcher
Those are
might
pretty
clean
easy.
that up.
Yeah, on the corners, like first
Yeah.
or third.
when it's outfield, bro, you got so much space to cover, bro. And like you said, he ain't had no shades on.
But I would argue playing shortstop is harder than center field because you have to make plays in both the outfield.
Well, you have to
and the
think. No, you have to think. I get it. Because you gotta double
That's-
plays, right? You
Lee,
gotta.
don't bullshit that. You know, shortstop's the hard.
You just
like,
gotta
one of the
think.
hardest
That's the-
positions on the
You just
field.
gotta think.
Like, don't
Outside of
bullshit that,
pitcher, it
bro.
might be
Like,
the hardest
don't
one.
bullshit that, bro.
Sure, it's tough.
All I'm saying is, you gotta track that ball down out there in that outfield.
Man, you
It's crazy.
You're a pro.
But I think in the infield, bro,
I'm
you
just
got a ground ball. You got to decide.
What's the second hardest position in football?
After
Second.
what?
I think
I said second. What's the second hardest position? We always agree, of course, is quarterback. What's the second
I
hardest?
think it's
To
corner.
perform?
I think it's
Or
corner.
Yeah,
Corner. I
corner.
think it's
probably.
corner.
corner. So, and what are the cornerbacks doing out there in the field? They're tracking the ball down in the air that's coming at fast as shit,
Right,
right?
while defending the
What is an
greatest
outfielder
athlete.
doing? Tracking a motherfucker that looks like this in the sunlight, a pinpoint. Come on, guy. Like, I'm just saying,
Bro.
I'm not saying shortstop. Like, it's not. Yes, shortstop is harder, but like, we're not going to diminish the fact that playing outfield is extremely fucking hard.
I mean, but I think the role, all you have to do in the outfield is just catch the pop up, hit the cutoff man, and that's it. Versus,
It ain't that easy.
I know it's not that easy, but I'm
Well,
saying
they got
versus
formations
you see what
and
Joel
shifts.
did?
They got shifts and formations
Point being,
and all of that.
I'm not
Joe
gonna lie,
Adele
he
literally
got that
just literally won the Angels a game 1-0 purely off of defense.
I'm just saying versus playing in the infield, it's just a lot more you gotta
No,
like
I think shortstop
keep
is way harder
track
than
of.
center field.
If we're
Yeah,
just
I'm
comparing the two, I think infield is harder than the outfield. Because I think it's more responsibilities infield wise.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The shortstop get more scenarios to fucking deal with.
Exactly. You got a
On the
man on
daily.
you got a man on first and third. You get a ground ball. You freeze for a second to think about where you should go with the ball. Old boy already scored.
But y'all agree to this? It's clear as we can see. A shortstop cannot do what an outfielder can do.
Oh no, obviously,
No,
yeah.
no.
All right, well,
He shouldn't be as good.
we can agree on that.
Yeah.
All right,
that bad.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
It was still
I'll
bad.
take that. But like I said, so baseball, that's pretty much what's going on right now. We'll definitely be getting into a lot of these conversations as the season goes on. But my brother right here has got a game for us to play.
What's goody? All right, guys. So the game we're about to play, right? It's kind of like a this or that kind of game, right? I'm gonna put two things against each other. I call it the hard to choose. All right, hard to choose game.
Okay.
It's we talk about NFL, NBA, sports in general. We talk about movies and music. So I'm gonna bounce around all three, and I'm gonna just ask y'all. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with the NFL. All right, and I want to ask. Let's try this one first. Let's go with Julio Jones or Megatron.
Megatron.
Yeah. I'll go Megatron. Yeah.
Clean
It's
sweep.
close.
Clean sweep.
It's close, but
Megatron my favorite receiver. Yeah.
Clean
Megatron
sweep.
is
All right, I was Julio Jones just from the skill standpoint, but I do understand.
Megatron,
Like,
bro, he had two people lining up on him on the goal line. Bro, I never seen that before.
Bro, he was
I've never
he
seen
was
that
going
before.
up on 3 people.
I've never seen that before, bro.
All right. I'm gonna do another NFL one, then I'm gonna bounce around. The 24-25 Eagles or the 21-22 Rams.
Like team wise.
Yes.
Full team,
Yes.
Eagles. Not even biased.
Who was on that 21-22 Rams team?
Bro,
Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald.
Todd Gurley, Jared
that was
Goff, Robert Woods.
that was the year that what's her name got the triple crown.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm
Kupp.
taking the Rams. I'm sorry.
I think I
Matt
might.
Stafford
locking
versus
that nigga
Jalen Hurts.
I don't care.
I'm taking
Now I'm being biased. We locking Cooper Kupp up. 24-25 Eagles defense locking that shit up.
Coop is barbecuing fucking Quinion and Coop. What do you mean?
Bro, come on now.
Come on, bro.
That year, Coop got the triple crown.
I think I'm gonna
That's
trust
triple
Stafford.
crown.
I'm
over
going with the
Hurts.
Rams. I'm going with the Rams.
I think I'm gonna go Rams.
Bro,
yeah.
they also had
Okay,
Odell.
I'll give you
They
that.
also had Odell.
Robert Woods.
I'll give you that, but
Jefferson.
everybody else
who's
is
the
getting
running back?
clamped.
Todd Gurley, nigga.
Everybody else is
What
getting
you talking
clamped.
about?
Everybody else is
Prime.
getting clamped. Cooper Kupp might get his. Everybody else is
Bro, I
getting
just
clamped.
trust Stafford
Todd
more than
Gurley
Hurts,
is prime.
bro.
He's
Like
cooking.
I just trust
Everybody else is
Stafford
getting
more.
clamped.
Jahad
All right.
Campbell's gonna look like a fucking baby out there.
All right, I'm
on, bro.
gonna bounce to the NBA. I'm gonna bounce to the NBA. All right, Kyrie Irving or SGA.
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Are we talking like prime?
What?
Just period. Who do you think's a better basketball player?
Kyrie, bro.
Kyrie.
That boy got that ball
I
on the
love Kyrie,
string. I'm
bro.
going Kyrie, bro.
Bro, I get.
You gonna miss the foul bait?
I get what
The
you.
foul
I
bait.
can see.
Come on.
I can see the
But
argument.
see, are
but
we
nah,
all just picking Kyrie because like of the moments? Like, just Kyrie.
Like if they play, if I wouldn't say 1-on-1 because Kyrie can't play defense
Let's
like
say-
SGA can. But if Kyrie and SGA went head to head, who do you see having the better game? In 5-on-5 regular scenario,
To be real with you, I think SGA.
Well, I mean,
When
because
you put it like that,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I
peak
stopped.
versus peak, whatever you
That's
think.
why
I don't know. I'm
the
still
Kyrie
going
is.
Kyrie, bro. I'm not gonna
If
lie.
I'm taking
I think
the
Kyrie's peak
Kyrie
is,
from the
is
off
kinda,
season of before he went to the Celtics to SGA's championship year.
Like Cleveland, like Cavs, Kyrie. Like
I didn't want to put Cat because that just leaves it open. I went specifically the
Mm-hmm.
off season they won a championship and before he left to go to Boston.
I don't know, bro. Kyrie
wasn't
was
the
doing
same
some
nigga.
crazy stuff, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I-
like, but then you look at SGA.
I mean, but how much of that is just like I hate to
Don't
keep bringing up the
fucking
foul
foul,
baiting, but like
not gonna
how
lie.
much of that is that?
I'm going side Kyrie solely off entertainment.
Shay's the mid range.
Instead of entertainment.
I get
Solely
it.
off
But,
of
but
entertainment.
Kyrie, bro, can knock down the three. That's showing SGA. Get to the rack.
I'm not gonna lie. This is hella biased. Solely off of entertainment, Kyrie fucking earned it. See, bro,
I don't
he's
like watching
so
SGA, bro.
crazy to watch, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go to music. I'm gonna put two albums against each other. All right, we kind of just had this debate loosely, but it's not about the artist, right? When that's not about the artist, it's about the album.
This about to be future.
All right. So I got the Carter 3 or DS2.
Fuck. Oh my
All right,
god.
come on. Like, do you know about these Like, come on. I don't want to revisit this. I feel like this nigga John about to spawn in the room and start a whole argument again, bro. Come on.
Carter 3 or DS2. I got Carter 3, but
But that's closer than you think it is, bro. Like
The
it's
three. Which one
I-
is which one is that? Is
a
that
Millie?
Lollipop. all
Lollipop.
that.
I feel like I gotta go Carter 3, bro.
I had to look at what's on DS2. I'll be forgetting.
DS2 is a crazy summer,
Lower
man.
bag. Where you at? Where you at?
Slammers on that one.
Real Sisters? Oh my god.
This one like probably the hardest.
News or
one.
something. I feel like you.
You're not. I'm not asking you to pick between Wayne and Future. I'm
I feel
asking you to
like-
pick just the album, just the albums. I still
Is
got
it-
Carter 3 though, but
Bro, I just feel like neither of them have any skips, bro. Like
they
I'm gonna
don't.
have to go Carter 3. I love Future, but you can't, bro.
that's why I feel like Carter 3 is
classic,
a more
bro.
impactful album than DS2 was. You know what I mean? Like for hip hop.
DST took over a whole summer.
I get it, bro, but, like-
but the thing is, Carter 3 leaked and it went platinum on the leak, and then when he dropped it, it went platinum again.
Just compare.
that's what I'm saying.
What's
That
the
shit's
hardest song?
crazy,
What's the
bro.
hardest song on DS2?
It comes down to personal preference.
That's like,
Yeah,
how
it
does
depends.
the hardest song
There's
on?
it's some tough stuff on there. Then there's some party vibes on there. Then it's like in between where it could be either one. And then I get what you're saying though, because like Lollipop and Millie are probably bigger than anything that
nothing
is
stands
on
up to that.
DS2.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna go Carter 3, but like as far as like what my favorite song, bro, Fuck Up Some Commas was crazy.
bro, I love blow a bag, bro. I blow a bag today, bro.
I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Fuck, bro.
Just for the sake of like because of me, I'm going DS2.
DS2.
going
I'm not mad at that, bro.
And I
You
just
feel
re-looked.
yourself listening
Yeah,
to
because
DS2
I just
more.
re-looked at that, and I'm gonna be
I feel
real
you.
with you.
I'm not mad.
I
at
loved Wayne. I love that all the Carters,
I'm
but
at a
like
50-50.
that. Yeah, it's so hard,
knowing
bro.
me and what I bump, I'm listening to this entire.
That's the
this
only
album.
thing. I'm at a 50-50 split because I know how like
I'm
the
going
weight
DS2.
of Carter 3 was.
That's the point I'm making, bro.
like, but like I am probably will like turn on Diaz too, but like this, I'm at a 50-50 split, bro. That's all.
Alright.
This was so good.
All right, I'm gonna go to movies. All right, I'm gonna go to movies or cinema.
out.
I'm gonna put. Let's say I got Batman: The Dark Knight versus Avengers: Endgame.
Endgame.
Dark Knight and Endgame.
I think I'm gonna go in game.
Dark
I
Knight
like
was the
Endgame.
second one, right? Yeah, because it was Batman begin. Endgame.
Endgame. I'm going Endgame.
I'm
too.
going in game.
Endgame. I gotta go Endgame.
Dark Knight was good though, but like Endgame, I just felt like that was just like a moment. Like
It's a
everybody
moment,
going to the
like-
theaters, everybody hyped for it, trying to avoid the spoilers. Like I feel like Endgame. I think Endgame got
Bro,
it,
like
bro.
bro, y'all know me. I was heavy in that shit at the moment. Like, bro, I gotta go.
Bro, when Cat picked up Thor's hammer,
What, bro? Like crazy.
Hold
bro, hold on. On your left.
All right, I'm a bounce to the NBA now. 2019 Raptors or 2020 Lakers.
Who's the 2019 Raptors?
That is
The team that
Kawhi.
beat
that's-
Golden State.
Yeah, that's Kawhi.
they got there off a lucky bounce.
That was that year?
Van
Yeah.
Vliet,
Oh shit.
Danny Green, and
And then obviously that's the bubble, right? The bubble.
Yeah, but then bubble championship.
I didn't like that Raptors team, bro. Plus KD got hurt.
2020 Lakers was LeBron, AD,
Ron
Dwight
Howard,
Howard,
Danny Green.
Avery Bradley,
yeah, JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee.
I'm gonna go. Even though
Kuzma.
I don't think like neither one of them teams was that crazy, I'm gonna have to go 2019.
I'm going Lakers.
I'm going Lakers.
Yeah, I'm going Lakers too.
I ain't even gonna lie.
All right, back to the NFL. This might be easy, but Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick?
I'm going Lamar.
I love Michael Vick.
I'm going Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. He like. Why would you even ask that?
I mean, yeah, I gotta go Lamar, of course. Come on now.
All right, I'll do three more. Let's stay in the NFL and let's go back to teams. The 13-14 Seahawks, that's LOB,
Oof.
or the 15-16 Broncos. That's Von Miller,
Cam
Cam Newton Super Bowl.
Ooh.
So you're talking about LOB or the Broncos from the year they beat Cam in the Super Bowl?
But you looking at the
Wait.
whole team, not
The
just the
whole team,
defense,
yeah,
right?
whole
Am I
team.
tripping or did that teams not play each other in 14? Or like
The Broncos team wasn't that good.
Yeah.
That defense
same
wasn't
fucking
as
team.
it wasn't as built. That defense
Alright,
wasn't as built
okay.
as it was in 15.
um
Both teams hold weight on the defensive side. The
Yeah.
offense is like null and void for both of these teams. So
Because the 15-16 Broncos, that was the last year of Peyton Manning.
But the Denver offense wasn't that bad, minus Peyton that year.
Yeah.
Russ was cooking too his rookie.
Yeah, Russ was.
Russ was cooking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
the reason
taking.
why we got the Russ cook Russ.
Me personally, I'm taking the Seahawks just because of how they
The
demolished
domination
Peyton Manning
in
and
that,
them.
in that Super Bowl, I'm gonna take in the Seahawks.
The game was over in the second quarter.
I'm just literally me. I'm just looking at the defenses and like the Denver pass rush. Like I remember,
That game is the reason
No,
why
it's
most
crazy.
Super Bowls aren't
Dumerville,
played in the
Wolf,
cold.
Von Miller,
Vaughn,
DeMarcus Ware,
Yeah.
Where?
And then you talking about LOB where you got Richard Sherman,
Cam, Earl.
Chancellor, Earl Thomas.
Don't get me wrong though. I'm not gonna lie. They had Denver had the no fly zone going. That was the no fly zone era.
Talib, Chris Harris,
Chris
TJ
Harris,
Ward.
TJ Ward.
I'm gonna be real. That Seahawks,
Burnett, I
that
think.
Seahawks
Pat
defense,
Burnett. Yeah,
that Seahawks defense is the reason why recent Super Bowls are not played in the cold. That's all I'm.
I think I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Like,
no, I think I'm gonna go Seahawks too. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
All right, and then I'll do one more in the sake of time. I'm gonna stay on the NFL. Aaron Donald or Myles Garrett.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
That's an easy one.
That
Aaron
easy?
Donald. Yeah.
Garrett got a sack record though.
He
Aaron
Donald
Donald.
got 10 straight All Pro years.
All
10
right.
straight All Pros.
I had some more left. We can bring the game back in another episode or something. But I appreciate y'all for playing my game.
I ain't gonna lie, that music one with that DS2
That was crazy.
that was a crazy
About
one.
to
a
start
crazy
a whole
pull.
nother, a whole nother meltdown.
That was
was a
a
crazy
crazy one, bro.
Hey, let us know in the comments what y'all think.
All right. And I guess this will be our last topic.
The
And
music.
honestly, it might be our biggest topic. I don't really feel like we're not even really going music right now. It's what the music artists have
Pop
gone
culture,
through.
yeah.
Shit, I'll ask y'all. Where do y'all want to start?
I'm gonna start with Pooh
You wanna
Shiesty.
start? Okay.
Low-key, I'm gonna start with Pooh Shiesty, bro.
In most recent, okay, let's just get fuck it. Yeah, the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man situation. Pooh Shiesty apparently held this man hostage in a Dallas studio and pretty much forced him to sign the papers of his release so that he could get out of the contract. Now I just want to get into the conversation. Like I had to just break that to the people, but I want to ask y'all: did y'all know that? First of all, do y'all know when that happened?
It was a long time
happened
ago.
like January,
Bro,
right?
that shit happened. Yes, that shit
I didn't
happened
know that.
back in January 10th.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it happened January 10th, and it just like
It only broke that way because of I think the recent. I think it only came back up because when they go ahead. You was about to-
I was gonna say it was when they went on internet flashing the
Yeah, that's what I was about to
bro.
say, yeah.
So I remember like I want to say last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I got wind of like I see the videos was popping up, but the dudes flashing the jewelry and everything online, and like they had the rumors about a situation was going on. But you know how the internet is. Like I definitely wasn't paying that shit no mind. I didn't really think like, oh, this is some serious shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't until they came out and said, oh yeah, Pooh Shiesty's been arrested for such, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
And his
thought that was
dad and
fake.
Big
Yeah, I
30.
first
Big
saw that, I thought it
30,
was
his
fake.
dad, him.
Bro, that's the dumbest crime I've ever seen anyone commit.
Well, because
He was
They-
at the halfway
bro,
house, left there to go do that on an ankle monitor. Like, bro,
Bro, you
So
already
dumb.
being tracked the entire time, right?
This
So
was
they
his
knew
case.
they knew when. First of all, they came across state lines with guns, right? That's already a charge. So they already knew that they was crossing state lines. When he was not where he was supposed to be on his ankle monitor, he got a phone call from his PO before the robbery asking him, "Why are you where you are right now?" And he said, "I have permission to be here because it's a business like meeting." So it's like, all right, your PO probably was like, all right, cool, it's a business meeting. I left it at that. Bro, you go in there, you lock the door, you pull out a gun on bro and say, yo, sign these papers.
Bro, he got executives with him, bro. He don't got like.
He didn't have no
like,
entourage
bro,
or nothing. He had one
it wasn't
bodyguard
no-
who was an undercover cop.
exactly. It wasn't no like it was no like street type of dudes in that
Because
situation. There was no
Gucci
street
would
niggas.
never have thought that was going to happen to him.
But what
You
did he
know-
think? What-
We know
They're
that,
on video
bruh,
too. There's the surveillance. They have the surveillance footage
Bruh.
of yo yoking up the niggas walking through the lobby, yoking this nigga Gucci man up, bro. Like,
Yo, we know the history of Gucci. When he know a robbery coming, when what's the name? When Jeezy sent
Yeah.
the man to go rob him, he killed him. That's Pookie Low. He talks about him in all his songs. And if you've seen the verses, he
Yeah.
dragged on him in his face. You sent your mans and I put him in a box. That's what he said. So first of all, I think he would never even have shot back at Pooh because I feel like the way Pooh feel about him, he don't feel about Pooh. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like he has animosity on his end. I think Pooh Shiesty,
Yeah.
I think Pooh Shiesty got out of jail and said, yo, I'm bigger than this bullshit ass contract that I'm on. And I need to get out of this so I can make
think,
more money.
So I dug a little deeper, and I mean it's probably just reaching. I don't know. The internet be talking about shit, but I think a lot of the issues stem from like this is years ago. Yeah, I remember like Gucci Mane didn't really got the best track record when it come to artists with 10-7.
Yeah,
But that's not all him, bro. Like
I know-
half,
no, I
half
know.
these artists, they get signed and then they go right back to the trap and keep
know.
trapping.
Who
But
else was on 10-17?
but I'm about to
Now it's just Fujiano.
now
Fujiano.
yeah now it's
before
literally-
like
you had Pooh Shiesty,
Fujiano,
Fujiano,
you had Big Walk Dog, you had Hot Boy West, you had
Big Scar.
Enchanting.
Star, yeah.
Enchanting
The
was
Shorty.
Yeah.
shit, man.
Some and then like a couple other niggas, but then like but y'all remember back when Big Scar had died and the whole situation that had happened.
I
back
remember
then?
that.
So niggas is pretty much trying to say that like a lot of the animosity and a lot of the issues, it really ain't even got to do like
Oh, because
I
he
don't
asked
got-
for the chains back, though?
that was his cousin. You gotta think about it. Pooh Shiesty wired different, and now we're understanding and realizing these Memphis youngins does just wired
But
different.
bro, why would I let non-1017 people rock my chains? That's like
You're not wrong. You're right. As
But
the
I'm
labels,
saying
bro.
that's like your cousin. That's like your cousin being a Crip, right? And he died, and you say, "Oh, I can wear his flag because he a Crip." No, you're not a Crip, bro.
but these young niggas don't use logic or thought process, bro. We know this. Like,
Well, I mean, what did he think? How did he think it was gonna go? Like walking in there, like he obviously he didn't think that him walking out of there was gonna be fine. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's ever the truth gonna come out, but it's just so much to it because like like I said, the issues with the he had issues with the whole Scar situation, so he wasn't trying to fuck with Gucci because
He
of
still
that.
paid for the front.
And then but that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta think about it put yourself in a Pooh Shiesty Memphis young nigga mindset.
I don't know if I want
Don't
to
give
do
a
that, bro.
fuck about none of that.
man, you just spent what 2-3 years in the Fed.
I'm not saying this shit makes sense or is right. I'm just saying y'all gotta think about it from Pooh's lot. From
Oh, then
his
Gucci
side.
signed that shit
Also-
under duress, bro. So that shit was null and void anyway.
Yeah.
Let's be
The
real about
contract,
this
like
shit,
to get him out of his contract, Gucci signing that shit was under
You can't
duress.
sign under duress.
was
so
under
it's not even
duress.
gonna be honored.
Yeah.
Let's be real
But
about
also another not to cut you, but like also another thing they were saying was that he was doing all this because this nigga literally Pooh Shiesty was finna literally go sign with Yo Gotti. So he was literally going to go link up with Gucci ops.
So you thought you was gonna rob a nigga and see the light of day to sign with someone else?
So like I'm gonna just be real with this. Like, bro, we all know what Gucci was before. Like, let's be real. If Gucci wanted to, if he didn't want to take it to fucking like, feds, he would have got that nigga Pooh killed. Straight up. That
I
nigga wouldn't have
think
been
I think he
walking.
fuck with Pooh Shiesty.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He genuinely- I was gonna say, he
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
genuinely
That's why I
was
like,
confused.
because like, thing that confused me online, like, oh yeah, Gucci a bitch now. Ooh, bro, he literally killed niggas. Like,
That's what I.
let's be real.
Bro, I mean,
That's
I've
what
seen
I'm
that.
about
Gucci do that shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Gucci almost
what I was
50,
about
bro,
to
and he
ask
like he
y'all.
don't
He's
even need
not trying to do that
so
shit
this
anymore.
was-
First of all, look. Say what you want about me for making this statement, but if niggas is like making it seem like some crazy thing that this nigga Gucci did have any type of cooperation in this situation, you niggas is insane. Like you literally, like you just said, what the fuck would keep Gucci man from wanting to keep this shit street? Why would the nigga want to do anything like that?
Bro, that's what I was about to
Like-
say. That's what I was about to say. Do y'all think that, I was in the paperwork, they say that he identified Pooh Shiesty, right? Is that snitching?
Bro, I would have
cares?
too, bro.
Who cares?
Right.
Bro,
He
did
That's my point.
He did his bid,
Nigga
bro.
put me on the couch and put the gun back in my head. Nigga said sign this when you
I'm
done.
saying the internet is like, yo, you supposed to be this street nigga. You supposed to be the
Right.
track.
He did his jail
Gucci
time.
was saying, like,
fucking
that
50.
shit's
He did his
You know
jail
what I'm saying?
time.
Like,
So
He
they-
hopped
they-
out of jail and got married, dog. Had a kid. He's not
That's
trying to
what
go
I'm
back to
saying.
jail.
Bro,
Fuck that. I'm snitching too.
They rather him pop one of his mans, go to jail for the rest of his life. I don't
saying.
understand that, bro. Like, and I get it. They be like, oh, you're street nigga. You're supposed to stand by the code. That's the code. You just you take it on the chin, right? You got robbed. Boom. That's it.
And that's why the streets is so fucking
Now let's be real. Let's be real. Every street nigga that's been to jail for a long time and they come out, I'm pretty sure most of them say fuck that code if they gotta
I mean,
go
that's
back.
why Gucci is who he is right now.
Let's
He
be
said,
real.
I'm not going
That code
back,
goes
bro.
out
Not doing
goes
that shit
out
no
the
more.
window when they do more than a certain amount of time in jail. That code don't mean shit to nobody.
Bro, you trying to be a family man? You trying to raise
He
your
got
kid?
a family.
You
He
know what
got
I'm saying?
married.
9 to 5.
He got
bro.
raised.
Like,
He got, bro, come on now. Like, let's be real. Like, bro, that nigga Pooh Shiesty was gonna go back to jail regardless. Either that, he was gonna be dead. So either way, he wasn't winning.
Bro,
He wasn't winning.
Nothing about the situation made any sense.
It didn't. It was
Nothing-
stupid.
real quick before we, in the
Yeah.
essence of time, can we switch to
Yeah, so
Offset
another
and
thing that
TJ?
was happened that a lot of shit came out today. Offset was shot at the Miami hotel. What was it, hotel?
Casino?
It was a casino.
Yeah, the Miami hotel casino was shot, and on Sunday, it was Sunday. Yesterday, no, Monday.
That was Monday.
He was shot on Monday, and today, the biggest thing about that is come to find out is that apparently Lil TJ was the one that shot him. Now we don't know for sure.
Who
I
pulled
don't
the trigger,
know,
yeah.
But Lil TJ was recorded coming out of the precinct and was pretty much digging on Offset, talking about, oh, that nigga Offset a rat, he a snitch. Off of that alone, niggas is saying, oh yeah, the little TJ. Niggas was pretty much saying TJ told on himself because you not gonna sit there come out mad as shit calling a nigga a rat, he a snitch.
Yeah.
If you didn't do what you know what I'm saying, he's so-called right on you.
But the
for.
problem behind it is, and people have spoke out on Twitter about this too, and not just Twitter people. I'm talking about actual like real like celebrities and stuff who've been in like dice games and stuff. With,
Des Bryant, right?
Yeah, Des Bryant had posted something too where he like, yo, Offset don't pay his debts.
That was the whole.
So Offset will be in a dice game, he'll go down,
see that.
and they try to bop off and dare you to
real?
challenge him. So TJ, he did. The story is he tried to bop off on a debt that he owed TJ, and TJ ain't go like that.
Well, you
That's
see,
the story.
That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know that.
He owed Ebro money too because Offset and Ebro bet on the Super Bowl. It was like 5,000, and I think Ebro won, and he hit Offset, and Offset just was like he never responded, and Ebro was like I never pressed him about it because
Yeah.
but he know Offset owed him some bread from the Super Bowl
And
too.
that's what Dez said. Dez was like, yo, he owed me money, but I ain't press him because he had his own entourage.
'Cause he
And
was
I was
finna
by
get jumped.
myself.
Yeah.
So he was like, he Offset has a history of owing niggas money and not paying
know
it.
that. That's
That's
actually
literally like
crazy.
Des Bryant, Ebro, TJ, like
All I'm saying is, I don't care what Offset did. Lil TJ lame as shit. I don't fuck with that nigga.
That nigga
I don't
was-
care. I don't care what happened. Lil TJ lame as fuck. I don't. I hate that nigga, bro.
Hey.
Like in recent
alright.
years, he's been on bullshit. That
Aside from
nigga's
the music,
stupid.
fuck that nigga Lil T.
yeah, I
Oh,
just like
God.
the music, bro. I just
Like-
like some of the music, bro. That's all it is, bro.
He's
Just like
lame
some
as
of the
hell,
music.
bro.
That nigga's a bitch. And
Damn.
that's the way we're gonna end.
Damn,
this
y'all
episode.
fucking with the Offset owing debts, bro. Like
No.
That's crazy
Hey man,
too.
get
like
that shit
he
back
was
in
wrong.
blood, pussy nigga.
Hey, yo.
They did get it back in
That
blood.
shit.
His blood all over the casino.
That nigga alive though.
His
That nigga was out there he was out in the hotel room
In a
smoking cigs,
wheelchair.
Nigga said, fuck you niggas.
In a wheelchair.
Still alive. Fuck
Hey,
out
yo.
here. Get that bitch out. But I already know that's it's another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. It's your boy Leak and the guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
and as always, thanks for being my friend.